Hello, and welcome back to another episode of podcast series within the Eloquence project, where we dive into the journeys of inspiring minds shaping the future of AI. Today, we are joined by Alessio Brutti, the scientific coordinator of the Eloquence project and head of the speech technology lab at Fondazione Bruno Kessler. Alessio's work sites at the intersection of cutting-edge research and real-world impact, particularly in the speech recognition, multimodal signal processing, and AI-driven communication system. So let's start. Hello, Alessio.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
Yeah, fine. As I said, it's Friday morning, so no, I get.
Okay, so we are going to start. My first question, since you are a tenured researcher and as we mentioned, head of the speech technology lab, could you share more about your journey into AI and speech technology? And also, what initially sparked your interest in these fields and how was your career involved over the years?
Well, let's say I started dealing with speech and audio technologies a lot of years ago, right after I completed my master studies in telecommunication engineering, because I joined FBK to work on an European project. That was actually my second job after graduation, and I
Mm-hmm.
liked it a lot, so I decided to keep working in the field. And then I did my PhD and everything here. Let's say at that time, speech and audio processing was still rather signal processing, which is what I studied in my master studies, with a little bit of machine learning, So that's why I liked it. I liked signal processing, and I decided to work on speech. Then 10, 15 years ago, deep learning and the large language models revolutionized how we do research in the field, and everything became machine learning and AI. And so we had to refocus, to readjust. It was tough because we had to change all the way we're doing research, the tools we were using, the scale of what we are using in terms of amount of data, experiments, and so on. But actually, it was a very interesting opportunity to do things in a different way and a more effective way. Now,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, my position as head of the group doesn't allow me to have fun with coding anymore. It's more it's more
Okay.
about managing and writing proposals and these things. And I really miss it because today there are a lot of very nice tools, and I enjoy my colleagues. They have a lot of fun playing with the the tools that are available today, and I would like to do it more. But that's how it is.
Yeah, but maybe you will switch one day to that.
Yeah.
And still, writing proposals and implementation can be fun in some way.
Yes, but I am still I feel like I am a researcher.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I
I know,
understand.
maybe one day.
I understand. So, you mentioned that you're thinking that you're still a researcher, which I'm fully agreed, and you're working on cutting-edge research in the digital audio and speech processing. Can you walk us through some of the innovative projects your team is involved and you are also?
Yes. Well, first of all, let me say that our team is one of the oldest lab in Fondazione Bruno Kessler. It was created. I mean, nobody remembers when actually, but it was between 1994 1995. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of years ago. So we have a long-lasting experience on automatic speech recognition and speech processing in general, and our core is automatic speech recognition. That's what the group was created for, and this is what we do. But we cover many other domains of speech technologies. So, for example, spoken language understanding, enhancement. We also work on speaker identification, standardization, and so on. And so currently, our activities and also the projects we are involved in are focused on low resource domains and low resource languages, as well as the development of solutions that are easily customizable. Because, of course, today there are products very good for that do speech recognition. We have them on our mobile phones and our devices. But there are still a lot of domains, a lot of languages, a lot of areas where these general purpose tools are not suitable, and so we work on that. We do not only research, but also we have some interesting industrial collaborations on this. So I mean, speech recognition is not a solved task. So this is our core activity. And then we have another line that is more focused on machine learning, more
That
oriented
was
on
my
machine
next
learning. Yes,
question. Yeah.
yes. So yes, where we try to explore cutting edge AI paradigms applied to speech.
And what specific role does machine learning play in your research on speech recognition?
Yes, so at the moment, our focus is on computational efficiency of let's say, AI algorithms for speech. There is this, at the moment, all the solutions are cloud-based, so we have to send our data to some um, cloud service that processes the data and sends back the results. So this has some limitations in terms of privacy, also amount of energy that is needed to transfer the data, bandwidth, and so on. So there's this emerging paradigm that it's called, let's say, cloud edge processing, where you can deploy the solutions in a seamless way, either on the cloud or on the edge devices. These devices are the mobile phones, the laptops, what we are in our, let's say, local area. Of course, these devices are characterized by limited resources, computational resources, and also they do many other things. No? So what we're doing is to try to develop solutions that are dynamic, so they can change the trade-off between computational requirements and performance to adjust to the edge devices. And this is something that we are doing in very rather big project. It is an integrated project on common European interests for Cloud Edge. It is called IPCI Cloud Edge. And this is what we are focusing more now on machine learning.
Thank you for clarification. And to go to the Eloquence project that you're working on, you're the scientific coordinator of this project, and you're actively involved in the work package 4. Could you explain what this work package focuses on and why it is critical for the project's success? Also, what are some of the key challenges and breakthroughs you're encountered in this role?
Yes, so W4, it's, in my opinion, it's a very crucial work package because it covers aspects of, for today's speech technologies that go beyond no, the pure performance or pure accuracy of the systems. So one important aspect that the work package targets that is often, let's say, in the research community and also in there's the speech technology is not always taken into consideration is the multilinguality. So the idea of making tools, solutions that are available for all or for most of the European languages. The European languages can be, the majority of them can be considered low resourced if compared against English or Chinese or French. And often the solution, the language technologies that are available today do not perform very well, or they are not specifically designed for those languages. It is important that we have solutions for all European citizens and companies. And then a second important aspect of the VP is related to ethics. So there is a specific task for that. So the VP should ensure that the models are bias-free, privacy compliant, and aligned with the European values. And here, of course, as let's say technologists, we can try to provide solutions, but to try to achieve this, but we need the help of our colleagues from WP6, in particular Privanova and the European University Institute, that can help us understand what we need to do in order to ensure that the models are compliant.
Yes,
And Yes, and that's the two my opinion, more important aspects of WP6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
WP4,
I
sorry.
agree. In the previous episode of this podcast, we heard more about the ethics and what Work Package 6 is doing, because our speaker was Helga from European Institute. So she had a really great podcast to explain everything that they are doing currently.
Yeah.
So, do you want something to
No,
say?
no, no. Yes, yes. Yeah, I am aware of that, and yes.
Uh-huh. So, speech technology often bridge the gap between humans and machines. And in your opinion, what role does the human touch play in AI-driven communication system? How do you
Uh,
balance technological innovation with the need of the user-centric, emotionally intelligent interactions, as we are the humans?
Yeah, definitely. Let's say today we are very. I mean, we are using every day very powerful and effective tools based on the AI. They work very well, and they have completely changed the perspective of how we use the technology. Anyway, it is clear that you are interacting with the machine, and it is, for example, if you play with, in my opinion, if you are using a chatbot or other also speech-based application, I find very frustrating, when the system, you're not able to make the system understand, and there's no way to make it work, or you have to use tricks to try to make the machine understand. Maybe for us researchers, that we have some some knowledge of what is happening behind the curtains and how we can trick the system, and
Mm-hmm.
we use it as a tool, as an interface. It's fine, but for the broader type of users, this could be it's clearly, in my opinion, an aspect that impacts the let's say the use of this device, a more effective use of these tools. And what we need to do to improve is, in terms of, in my opinion, personalization is an important aspect that can
Mm-hmm.
increase the trustworthiness of the systems, because if it is general purpose, it's difficult that it's works well for everybody. And similarly, the context awareness. So and eventually introducing continual learning to create AI systems I mean, they don't only leverage the technical innovation, but also they make the users feel comfortable in using them every day, also for um, personal, let's say, more intimate applications.
Mm-hmm.
Ensuring a more balanced interaction. Something that, okay, it is technological, it works, but also it feels that makes the user feel comfortable with the system. And this is particularly important for the high-risk scenarios that we are addressing in the project, in particular the pilot for the call center
Mm-hmm.
for the health applications.
Yes,
And
definitely.
these activities, of course, and they are addressed in Eloquence under the WP3 in particular, which addresses explainability, automated reasoning, and context-based interaction. Also investigating the infusion of knowledge from humans in the loops towards achieving these goals.
Thank you for the explanation. I agree with you. We are going to explore more about the broader European context, about the eloquence. So the eloquence is a part of a broader ecosystem of European initiatives on language technologies, such as Alliance of Language Technology, the EU Digital Calls on LLM, and the Language Data Space. How does eloquence align with these initiatives? And what role does it play in advancing Europeans' strategic goals in language technologies?
Yes, let's say indeed, recently the European Commission is pushing a lot in this direction on the language technologies, and the Alliance for Language Technologies is one example. It is um, an institution created by several member states of the European Union with the goal of preserving the multilinguality and the cultural diversity of the in Europe, providing solutions that are language technologies that are covering all the different languages. So this is one of the main goals. One of the main goals of the European Commission for this for launching all these initiatives that I already mentioned before. And then, of course, there is another goal that is to try, to regain some ground in this field that is currently dominated by Americans and Chinese companies and institutions. So Europe want to try to, play a more important role in this, because the risk is that all our languages are left behind because they're not of particular interest for this big tech or for these foreign institutions, and then over time they are dropped. And the third important aspect is that the European Union wants the language technologies for the European citizens and companies respect their privacy and are aligned with the ethical and European values. So this is what is going on, and there are a lot of things happening, and I think that the Eloquence project perfectly fits in this broader view, because our goals, as I mentioned before, in the different work packages, cover very well the broader goals of the European Commission. We cover the aspects related to multilinguality. We cover aspects related to ethics and biases and privacy, and we cover aspects about that I didn't mention, but from a more technological point of view, aspects related to the efficiency of developing, bootstrapping new models, new solutions for particular domains. So I think the Eloquence project it's very well fit in this context. And also we as FBK are directly involved in the Alliance for Language Technologies. We are mandated by Italy to represent our country together with other two Italian institutions, and we will definitely try to put Eloquence under the spotlights as much as possible and try to create as many synergies as possible with these other initiatives.
Yeah, definitely. We also have already connection with the sister project. So I think that we are going to be really good spotted in the upcoming months. So looking ahead, where do you see the future of AI and speech technology heading in the next 5 to 10 years? Are there emerging trends that are particularly excites you?
Yes, well, okay, this is my idea. I know that often several of my colleagues, not only from FBK but also other institutions, disagree with me. However, what I think is that what we should try to do is should try to go more towards open science and training foundation models and larger models, provide these tools rather than just using those provided by big tech, American or Chinese, whatever they are, companies to do our research. And I think this is something that will be actually more viable in the future, because the progresses in terms of computational resources, tool available, are making more affordable things that a couple of years ago were considered impossible. I would really like to see more labs in academia or small company joining forces to train foundation model, train large language models which are efficient as those of the big companies. Because this is something that I think we can do, and we should do towards, doing making science open and affordable to everybody. I think this is a great opportunity because this allows us to open up some black boxes that we've been using so far, and pave the way for new development. Today there are some very good tools. Let's think about speech recognition, very good tools. They work very well. People believe that the problem is solved, and why should we try to replicate something that works very well already, even if it is a black box? I think that for at least for academia, it is important that we have open things that everybody can study, everybody can work on.
Yeah, and thankfully to the European funds, I think that we can always gather the consortium to work on some of the black box, as you mentioned. And for young researchers and aspiring AI enthusiasts, what advice would you give about pursuing a career in this field?
Well, first of all, let me say that this field is, at least at the moment, is very extremely competitive. Okay, so
Mhm.
you must be very determined and committed because there are a lot of, I mean, in particular, thanks to the tools that are available today, there are a lot of people, a lot of labs working on these topics, and also because of the hype that we have in language technologies today. My advice is to be optimistic because I've been in the field for several years, and sometimes it occurs every like 10, 15 years that there is
Mhm.
a new scientific technological breakthrough, and it seems that the problem is solved. So, for example, I don't know if you take last year, if you look at the social media of um, last couple of years, last year, it looked like ChatGPT solved completely the problems of speech and language technologies.
Mhm.
But this was clearly not the case, no? Then other things came out, and issues were found to be addressed, to be solved for specific languages, for specific domains, for privacy and data concern, ethics, trustworthiness, explainability. So there are a lot of things to do, to research on. So this is what my advice is: just do not think that when the next big breakthrough will arrive, do not think that the problem is solved. There are still a lot of things that can be done, and just be committed, optimistic, and motivated, and it will work.
I understand. As in every field, exactly, we should be positive and have a hope that in our determination we will achieve anything that we are supposed to achieve in that field. So we are ending the hard questions,
Okay.
and I have a several really easy and really personal. What's your favorite AI related movie or a book?
Okay, so these are the most difficult ones, actually. The most difficult questions. Well, for the movie, I don't know. Maybe it's not something recent. Maybe, but I would say the Black Mirror series.
Mhm.
Let's say it is the series is not actually AI, very AI related, even because it's rather old at this point. It's more like social media stuff. But there are
Mhm.
some episodes about AI which were are I mean, if you watch them today, they are what they were addressing in terms of ethics and possible issues related to the
Mhm.
development of AI at that time were really like you know sci-fi things, rather impossible. But if you watch them today, they seems um, more actual, more current, no? Something that is going on
Mhm.
today. Still, I mean, not still. How to say, not really, not yet real, but
Mhm.
closer to reality. And this is, yeah, something I found very, very interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, Black Mirror, I remember that that was a really, I don't know, scary series for me when I was young. So I was
Yeah.
just
So
stepping out
there
from
was this,
that.
there was this episode, no, that struck me. So basically, they were able to train a neural network copying your brain. So you had a little copy of yourself.
Gosh.
A little copy of yourself that was able to interpret your needs without you needing to tell your needs because it was actual an actual copy of yourself that could
Yeah,
work
I think
also.
that's the AI now. Okay, so the next question. Coffee or tea during the late night research sessions?
Well, this is one of the good things of being the head of a research that I mentioned at the beginning, because I don't do late night research sessions anymore. I let
Mhm.
the students do it. I read the papers in the morning, but nevertheless, I would say coffee all the way during the day, not during the night, during the day. But yes,
I
so yeah,
agree. And the last one, the one tech gadget that you can't live without.
okay, so this is difficult. I don't know. Is the microwave is a tech gadget
I don't know, maybe we can say it this.
to warm the leftovers? Yes, but
Gosh, yeah, we can accept that as a tech gadget.
okay.
Alessio, thank you so much for sharing your journey and insights with us today. And before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to add about your work with eloquence, or a final thought for our listeners?
Well, what I would like to say is, as a scientific coordinator, I think I have a rather broad view of the project, the Eloquence project. Now we are 14 months into the project, and I had no doubts about that. But I can say that the consortium is a wonderful team. There are all partners are committed and perform excellent research. This is something that not often happens in European projects. There are
Mhm.
always some little bit lazier partners than than others, but this is not the case. Also, the bi-weekly technical meetings that we have in WB2, WB3, WB4, WB5, they are very, very interesting. You always learn something new. Also, in terms of research, we have already some baseline demonstrators deployed. The pilots are very amazing and interesting. So I would just recommend the listeners to stay tuned to, because there will be very excellent outcomes from this project, and very interesting results.